Hello there, beautiful people. I don't know what's up with me always starting my videos like with a 10-minute long rant in a nightgown, but here we go. We're just going to talk through some things, kind of catch things up, because a lot has been changing in my life and I have a lot to talk about and to express and a lot of things I want to capture. The last time we caught up, I was just concluding my trip in Denmark. I had gone from January to April 5th or so. Just kind of taking a little extended vacay, moving in with Oliver for a while. And I think that trip was largely a kind of mental health trip. I had worked the job at the bank for about 5 months, and that job just stressed me to the max. My health was not doing very well. I had gained a ton of weight from stress. I'd had to start taking some medications for just having like panic attacks all the time. And it was just not really great. So 2021 was really, really hard for me in the sense of I was kind of going through an identity crisis. Just graduated college. It should be the happiest period, but it really felt like the worst period I've gone through. And I felt really alone, mainly because COVID had happened and I was completely separated from Oliver, as well as being kind of in this weird isolation. And I imagine a lot of people have kind of gone through that experience. So I know I'm not alone, and I know a lot of people go through kind of the post-college identity crisis, especially if you're like me and you've gone through college. And to be fair, I kind of threw my major at a dartboard. It's not that I never liked it. I love economics. I love the field, but I don't really know what I'm doing with it. And mine has always been in the present. This is what I like to do. I'm just going to do this, rather than, oh, I'm getting an accounting degree so I can become an accountant. I'm not thinking about the career path. Rather, I'm thinking about the field of study that I enjoy, which has made it difficult finding jobs and having aspirations, because I don't think I've ever had very many career aspirations. Rather, I have always enjoyed research and I've always enjoyed the learning process of things. And I think either becoming some sort of educator or becoming some sort of research economist is maybe more my direction, but I'm only 23 right now, and although when I was 10 years old, I would have probably assumed at 23 I would have had all my shit together and known exactly what I want to do, which according to me at the time, I would have been an Olympic swimmer, boom. But I'm not. Right now, what's important to me is meeting my own expectations and becoming my own person and meeting my own identity. So it's best not to think about even what past me may have thought of. It's best to think about what present me is doing to feel accomplished. So I've had a lot of growth from 2021 to 2022, and here I am now, and I've been accepted into graduate school, which is just mind-boggling. I applied to 2 different grad programs. One of them I got rejected because, it's just how it rolls sometimes. It's never like awesome, it's just, I think it's just the whole program. The program I got rejected from was like a economics program at Vanderbilt. It was like the development, specifically more like a economic field that dealt with developing countries. And I picked it because I couldn't really find very many graduate programs in what I wanted to do. And I was rejected, and whatever. At this point, I had put so much work into it. They wanted more than what I could present of myself. I mean, I had like perfect grades throughout college. I did work some here and there. I went abroad. I've got kind of like good recommendations from my professors. I've always put 1,000% into what I've ever done in like school, and it's like it's never enough. And so I find it to be enough, but I know they didn't, which is whatever. Can't really do very much about it. It was my second choice anyway, but I kind of had procrastinated and only applied to 2 different programs. And here we are now. But I did get accepted into my top choice, which is actually SDU in Odense, Denmark. And so what that means, my friends, is I am moving to Denmark, going to school, back to school, and I am starting a master's program September 1. My master's degree is in economics, so it's master in science, which would mean it's going to be a lot more of intense level economics. There's going to be a lot more analytics and a lot more theory-based kind of mathy stuff, and the stuff I really like. And I hopefully will have a lot more of the connections. I know I got a lot more of the confidence to make connections I need to make for my life choice. So I'm just excited because I'm also, first of all, foremost, going back to school, which I love school. I love learning. I love kind of the environment of these intellectual discussions. I thrive in those. So it gives me some idea of maybe I need to be in some sort of field with education, or some sort of way that I am developing knowledge and continuing to learn, instead of something that's very stagnant. And that also means I'm moving in with Oliver. And it's just wild because he and I have been long distance for 8 years. And now I'm getting into a master's program, which means we'll move into an apartment together because it's at the same university. And we will be both going to school. He'll be getting his bachelor's and I'll be getting my master's. And there's a crap ton of things going on that I'm going to have to get adjusted to and learn how to do, and all sorts of things. But I don't know. It's hard for me to focus on that little tidbit because right now my biggest challenges are money. So I had to pay tuition. I had to pay for the residence permit. On top of paying for the residence permit, which if you've ever applied for a residence permit, if you don't know, for Denmark in particular, it's like $300 to pay for the processing fee of your residence permit. And on top of that, you have to have biometrics done within 2 weeks. And the last time I got a residence permit was when I was studying abroad in Copenhagen. And I paid for the fee, and then kind of the pandemic happened and it didn't process. But we did everything once I got there, because I don't have to have a visa to enter the country. That's just because the Americans don't have to do that most of the time, because woo, America. And I got biometrics is just fingerprints and your picture and, kind of connecting to your case, so it's for your file. But the thing is, since they wanted me to do the residence permit before I got there, and so it could start processing now, so that it's active and valid when I get there, or at least almost active and valid when I get there, I have to go get it done. The thing is, I live in Tennessee. Particularly, I live in Chattanooga, Tennessee. So I am a southern girl, and usually that means I go to Atlanta, Georgia, that is, for any kind of big things like that. Well, unfortunately, Denmark just doesn't know that the Southeast exists, and they've partnered with a third partner organization to do fingerprints, which that whole process was difficult to even make the appointment. But I have to go to Chicago. I'm going on the 27th is the appointment, so I'm going the 26th, 27th, 28th. I'd take off work for a little while, and I have to find some way to go to Chicago in this economy, with these crazy gas prices. We're driving, we're not flying, which is approximately 10 hours. And then, just mention the gas. So yeah, and I had dropped my money on tuition, and I dropped my money on the residence permit, and then I found out today that I have to drop more money on the supplementary course because I'm missing a course that I have to take while I'm there, my first semester. And that's just because I am a BA, which is a Bachelor of Arts in Economics major, which means I didn't take econometrics, which is a statistical analysis with economic theory. It's like a big old headache, a lot of calculus. I just avoided it because I had picked BA by accident. It's because BA makes it a Bachelor of Arts because of the fact that I took German. I was just taking it for funsies. And at my other university, and then when I transferred, they're like, oh, I thought you were legitimately wanting to be a BA, which means you have a language concentration. I was like, I wasn't, but I'll just go with it if it just means I don't have to take as many courses. Sure, whatever. But the BA to me has not made me very competitive with grad stuff, and I'm just happy the Danish University is letting me take the course up. So they're very satisfied with what I have accomplished. So they're just making me take one more class, but it's like a $1,500 class. And yeah, I'm just, God, all my money is going away and I don't have very much money anymore. And it's, wow. I was wanting to do all sorts of things and like upgrade my technology so that I have like proper equipment for my education. Things like upgrading to a better iPad because I used to use my iPad for like my school stuff, and I have an iPad from when I was in like 7th grade, and that's what I had used for my notes throughout college and all that stuff. And battery sucks, and yeah, you know, it's just like wow, okay. Now we're getting to this point, and so I have that expense, and then I have to figure out what to do with like most of my things in my life. I'm probably gonna sell like my PlayStations. I'm probably gonna sell anything of value. I'm gonna have to kind of Goodwill and get rid of a lot of stuff. And moving across countries is this huge thing, and it's mind-boggling to think, wow, what am I gonna do with all my stuff? It's kind of like I died. So yeah, that's what's going on, you know, and it's just uh, making ends meet. I'm just being a penny pincher because I'm afraid monetarily that when I move to Denmark, I mean, I have bought my flight, so that was 1,000. My parents were willing to alleviate like 3,000 off of my other tuition, but I had to pay 1,500 there, so I'm at 2,500, and then I have another 1,500 for this additional supplementary tuition that I'm paying for. So that's 3,000, so $4,000. Then I have the $300 residence permit, you know, for 4,300. Then I don't know about if my parents are going to have me reimburse them at all for the trip up to Chicago. They might not. I don't know. My parents have been very supportive of me, even though they weren't all completely on board with me leaving the U.S. They've been really great supporters of this opportunity for me, mainly education opportunity, not just love life. This is just me getting my life together, and I couldn't ask for better parents, that's for sure. But I'm, you know, approaching like the $5,000 mark before I even get there. And I still have a okay savings. I have probably, if we subtract the other stuff, 3,500, then I have about that. So I have about 4,500, maybe like $5,000 sitting to cover for rent, food, external expenses for 3 months, and then we'll figure out what the hell I'm happening with the yeah. It's a lot of oh God, you know, I'm trying to figure out where I can work again to get a little bit more income going. I'm a little terrified because I think I've been very, very fortunate in my life and not had to worry about all these expenses, and I've been very supported by my family. And now this is me kind of coming out, you know, I'm like making progress to my life, and there's a lot of steps to making that progress, and it's really challenging, and I'm afraid, but you know, I deserve to do this. I deserve to enjoy my education. I deserve, you know, closing the distance, and I deserve to be happy, and I am happy with where I'm at right now. It's just a lot of these hiccups are coming on, and it's wild, but that's what's on my mind. I think I won't make this like a full vlog. This is just me, a pajama talk. But yeah, this is my moment, the very moment.